There are mornings, aren't there, when the first breath of air seems to carry the dense weight of the world's worries, almost stealing our breath before the day truly begins. On others, however, an unexpected lightness visits us, like an audacious ray of sunshine piercing the greyest clouds, and we feel capable of almost anything, our hearts pulsing with an inner melody of hope. We are like that, woven in this seesaw of sensations, an intricate embroidery where golden threads of joy inevitably intertwine with the more sober tones of melancholy and doubt. Life presents itself as this rich and complex tapestry, made of encounters and farewells, of smiles that expand the soul and tears that, at times, need to find their course, perhaps to irrigate the ground where new seeds will sprout. But what if, beneath this sometimes chaotic dance of opposites, there existed a silent compass, an inherent search for a guiding thread, a why that propelled us through the seasons of existence, a meaning that, even if unseen by the eyes, could be felt by the soul, like the steady helm that guides us through the currents of our days. This search for a North Star often intensifies when we encounter suffering, and it arrives, this sometimes unwelcome travel companion, yet as inherent to our humanity as the air we breathe. It appears in its most diverse guises, the aching absence of one who has departed, leaving an echo of longing, our necessary grief. The bitterness of dreams that did not flourish as we hoped, pruned by reality. The restlessness that assails us in the quiet hours of the night, questioning the paths taken and the choices made. Far from being an anomaly, a misstep on the journey to be avoided at all costs, suffering is part of the score of the human experience. It does not define us as failures or less capable. On the contrary, it is in acknowledging and traversing these pains that our humanity deepens and refines itself. We are whole beings, bearers of qualities that make us shine, and of flaws that remind us of our vulnerability, but also of our capacity to learn and grow. Accepting this complexity, this chiaroscuro that inhabits us, is the first and courageous step towards a more honest and gentle journey with ourselves. Pain, then, ceases to be merely a paralyzing endpoint and may instead become a comma, a reflective pause that invites us to look within and perhaps discover a strength we did not know resided in us, a dormant resilience. It is not about denying the wound, but about asking with an open heart, what do we choose to do with it? On this journey of finding a lighthouse amidst the mists of existence, few voices resonate with as much clarity, depth, and lived experience as that of Viktor Frankl. An Austrian psychiatrist, he was not just a brilliant theorist of the meaning of life. He was an embodied testament to the human capacity to find light in the densest and most unimaginable darkness. His experience in the Nazi concentration camps, where human existence was reduced to its most brutal and stripped-down expression, became a crucible for his ideas. There, stripped of everything, freedom, dignity, loved ones, even his name, replaced by a number, Frankl observed a crucial phenomenon. Those who managed to cling to a why for living, however small, had a better chance of surviving. Whether it was the image of a child to reunite with, a work to complete, or even the affectionate memory of a love. It was this glimpse of meaning that fueled the flame of the will to live. Frankl saw in the most desolate of human landscapes that life, in its deepest essence, insists on seeking a why, a reason to be. From this atrocious experience and his clinical practice, logotherapy, the therapy of meaning, was born. Frankl taught us that the fundamental question that moves us is not, what do I expect from life? But rather, what does life expect from me? A powerful inversion that removes us from a passive position and places us as responsible protagonists. He identified three main paths through which we can discover or realize meaning. First, through creating a work or performing a deed. That is, by giving something of ourselves to the world. Second, by experiencing something or encountering someone, be it the beauty of nature, art, or supremely, love. And third, and perhaps the most challenging and transformative, by the attitude we take towards unavoidable suffering. When a situation is unchangeable, when we cannot alter it, we are challenged to change ourselves. And herein lies one of Frankl's most liberating lessons. Everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. Even in the deepest of dungeons, this inner freedom remains inviolable. It is our ability to choose how we will respond to what happens to us. This connects us directly to how we deal with our losses, our grief, and our own shortcomings. Grief is the sacred acknowledgement of the pain of loss, a process that needs its time and space. But the attitude we choose to cultivate in relation to this pain can open us up to new and unsuspected potentialities. The scar can become a symbol of resilience and the experience of lack, a driver for a more conscious search for what truly fulfills us. We cease to be mere objects of circumstance to affirm ourselves as subjects of our own story, capable of learning from our failings and of rising again. Not despite them, but because of the wisdom we extract from facing them. In this tapestry of meaning, love emerges as one of the most luminous and resilient threads. The love that can spring from the simple fact of feeling deeply human, connected to one another in our vulnerabilities and greatness. Frankl himself highlighted love as one of the highest peaks of meaning fulfillment. The ability to see another in their deepest essence, in their potentialities. And we speak here not only of romantic love, but of love in its multiple manifestations. The friendship that comforts, the compassion that moves us towards others, the empathy that allows us to walk, even if for a moment, in someone else's shoes, to feel part of something larger, to feel that our existence has a positive impact, however small, on someone's life or on a cause that transcends us, is profoundly therapeutic. It is in this being a subject, capable of giving and receiving affection, of influencing and being influenced in a constructive way, that we find an echo for our search for meaning, realizing that meaning is often built on the bridge we erect towards another. Thus, life's journey, with all its inherent conflicts, its unavoidable pains, and its overflowing joys, reveals itself as a constant invitation to discovery. Even in the darkest nights of the soul, when the path ahead seems shrouded in the mist of uncertainty, there is an inner compass, a spark of meaning waiting to be discovered, nurtured, or why not, created by us. May we, each in our own way, with the tools we possess and the courage we can gather, find or build our why. May the memory of human resilience, so vividly demonstrated by Viktor Frankl and so many others who found light in adversity, serve as our inspiration. Life, after all, is this continuous proof that we are capable of overcoming, of loving, and above all, of finding a meaning that impels us to move forward. Not as perfect beings, but as a whole human beings, stronger, more conscious, and, who knows, a little wiser with each step taken. And this search, in itself, is already one of the most beautiful songs of overcoming that we can sing.